Okay. Distinguished guests, our donors, implementing partners, esteemed colleagues, and fellow advocates from Shirley's project, good morning. I am honored to stand before you today to highlight some I am honored to stand before you today to highlight some proud moments of the Shirley's project in Ghana. My name is Matilda Malokia, a project officer of Songtaba, and then a youth-led advocate group in Ghana, and also a focal person for the social movement of the Shirley's in Ghana. The Shirley's project is a game changer for girls and young women in Ghana, providing them with skills, confidence, opportunities to take up leadership roles and participate in decision-making process in Ghana. Since time will not permit us to count all our proud moments within these few days. Below are some highlighted success moments we had with the Shirley's program. Funding success. Through the Shirley's project, GYW successfully secured funding opportunities for their initiatives. Example is Langum Youth for Development, led by Sharon, secured several funding to undertake activities in her communities. On the theme, exchange and early marriage, which has really changed the norm and has empowered several GYW. Also, participation in governance, GYW are now actively participating in planning meetings within local government structures, facilitated through profiling and engagement of champions of change in these organizations. Leadership and mentorship, recognizing that GYW lacked mentorship and capacity building training during their fundamental education. We established support groups, the Shirley's clubs, school clubs, at junior high and senior high schools. Through the empowerment initiatives, girls are now confidently taking up leadership roles, including male-dominated spaces. Economic empowerment. Many GYW became professionally employed as a direct result of the Shirley's project. I am a personal example for this success. Having secured employment with one of our implementing partners, Songtaba, I end my speech with a poetry to all the boys I've ever loved. To all the boys I've ever loved. My deepest fear is not that I'm inadequate, but it is that I'll be a striking force strong enough to crush the inflated ego society helped you create. That my confidence keeps shooting to the root, and there is nothing that works yet that can stop me from reaching the stars above to the galaxy, and Milky Way, and any other thing it could possibly be. To all the boys I've ever loved. You see, since my mother gave me birth, I was a threat to a chivalrous world. A world that couldn't bear to see me win and strive and succeed. A world not who told about my existence so down to the ground and behold. A world that shut opportunities in my face because I am too girly and family to compete. Swole and sword in a world that claims the man. You are too loud. That's too skimpy. Don't we deserve a break for once? I remember I was told to look down and keep my shoulders slammed because that was supposed to be humility. As if it wasn't touching enough, I was told to speak less in male-dominated spaces because it signified modesty. But I was born to use my voice and not to be tossed around. I will hear this sound that won't be bound, that won't be drowned. Ladies, lay down the guns, pick up your crowns, and wipe out the frowns. And let us remind this world of what we have become. That we are made of strength, knees, and mouths. That they came through our manhood's hands shouldn't be so cocky. That they will make their houses home. We love, we cry, we love and condone. That all our emotions make us human, not weak. That our monthly periods are not subjects of mockery, disgust, or disgrace. To all the boys I've ever loved. Isn't it funny how we call nature mother when we don't respect her at all? That he, but not she, is the ideal pronouns to be used for God. I am not a hater, but could you blame me for my angry rage when love at every stage I go through unwarranted pain? If you feel threatened by my trials, then I suggest you move to Mars. Because I've only just begun to face these invisible scars. To all the boys I've ever loved, I do hope you listen to all what I have said. And this is for you, to be prepared for this broken girl you've ever loved. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Well done, Matilda. Thank you so much for representing Ghana and West Africa. Can we give her an organized hand clap? We are going to give her a romantic hand clap, not so? So who remembers how we clapped in a romantic way? We do? Give it with a smile. Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Thank you so much, Matilda. So I would like to recognize the presence of Miss Nuhamin Allen from the Ministry of Women and Social Affairs in the government of Ethiopia. You're most welcome. So we shall give her an opportunity to speak after us hearing from a poem that is going to be given by Finian. So I would request the DJ to give us a song as we welcome Finian to come and give us her poem. Give it with vibe. Don't fail to welcome your fellow in front. It is not easy.
One of a kind. Janabi.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Finian Kangwamu from Uganda. I am going to be presenting a poem. It is entitled, We Are the Daughters of Resilience. So please enjoy it. We are the daughters of resilience, born from the backs of women who were never meant to rise. Our grandmothers were silenced like skin, our mothers carried pain like water. But we were born with fire in our fists. Though we carry their pain, we are not broken, we are the breaking. We are she-leads, we are the rising. We are one Africa, from the east to the west, from the south to the north. Our struggle is one. Our fight is one. We are the voice they were never meant to speak. We are the echo of every woman. We are the rhythm in every footstep that walked miles to fetch water and still came back to feed the nation. We are the voice of the voiceless. We carry generations in our backs, but we are not broken. We are your voice. We dance with the weight, we lead with the power. We are no longer asking to be seen, we shall be seen. We are no longer asking to be heard, we are the voice, and we shall be heard. We are she leads. To the girl that was told that your power is in a man, we are your freedom. To the girl that was told to be quiet, we are your scream. To the woman that is leading in silence, we are your song. We are one Africa, not just to survive, but we lead, we build the heaven that our mothers dreamt of. We are she leads. We are the daughters of resilience. Thank you.
Thank you. Africa, oye! Shilit, oye! Shilit, oye! We are Africa and we are proud of our diversity, right? Right? Good, good, good. As we are also diverse and we are many and we are also proud of our diversity, let me just welcome our guest today. She's from Ethiopia. Let me just call Mrs. Nuhamin. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Mrs. Nuhamin Aleum from the Ministry of Women and Social Affairs from the government of Ethiopia. Standing ovation for her, please. DJ music. DJ.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Get anyone who can hold music lessons. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In our country, this is I like to sing songs. It's a cultural songs. And also, actually, I'm not a perfect dancer. Okay, first of all, I would like to explain my deepest gratitude for all of you on behalf of my country, a lovable one, which is Ethiopia. So my name is Nuhamin. Actually, it's a unique name. So the meaning is happy or swear. It's a biblical word. So you can say sweary or happy. I'm coming from Ministry of Women and Social Affairs. I am a youth organizer and empowering expert. So when we talk about she leads, I'm proud. You know why? I'm a sister, I'm a woman, I'm a leader, because I'm female. So we can lead. We can do whatever we like. So in a previous, we do have a lot of activities, the inferiority complex. But however, now at this moment, no one is inferior, no one is superior. We are equal. So in our ministry, there are a lot of activities which is fulfilled relating with women, because as a federal, in different kind of region, we have to fulfill this progress about in a woman leader, in terms of policy, in terms of the research, the work done by the Ministry Office, to ensure that the policies and strategies to empower women and also to make them as a leader, we fulfill all the challenges and also the challenge women face when working in a leadership and decision making and in executive position. Ministry should be taken to educate, support, empower the next generation for female leaders. So, generally, the government has been stated that will be work to further increase the leadership and decision-making role of women. Just briefly or shortly to explain for you, as a ministry, we do have a lot of activities. Because what you understand with the organization name as a federal within Ethiopia, Ministry of Women, Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Children, Ministry of Social Affairs. So especially, we have to focus on, as a Ministry of Women, for a woman, we have to fulfill so many kind of responsibilities. Because in Ethiopia, there are different kind of regions. On that of regions, they have different bad habitual actions. So to omit that, or to avoid that, we support women. Maybe by giving training, by supporting them, or by educating. So as a ministry, we have to control a sexual abusement, including the rapes like that. And also there are celebrating the International Women's Day. It's a March 8th, not only just to celebrate, not only to show our face, we are celebrating. Just we have to minimize this sexual abusement, rape, abduction, any kind of activities, especially not in Addis, in the regional areas. So there are a girls' summit day. There is a creating awareness on abduction and harmful traditional practices, women participation on conflict mechanism, and that is CPMR tools. They are participating, they are educating. So practically, what we have got, especially when we start on this, the SHELIDS project, we are a member of a task force group. So on that group is what the improvement is. So many ladies, so many women become a leader. Even when you count in the organization, most of them are women. Because we empowered. We can lead. In a previous time, what we expect that even relating with our professions, when it's a manager, just to employ on this company, what we employ? A man. A man is a leader, a woman was a secretary. But we will make it is a history. We will change it. We can lead. We can do. And also, the women have a power. You have seen a lot of girls. What you have got here is from Ethiopia, from Africa, Ghana. Look at them. How they are confidential. How they speak. How they announce themselves. This is the result of SHELIDS. The Ministry of Women's, it doesn't working only with EULA or NEWA or EYW. Different non-governmental and governmental organizations to create awareness, to create a job, to create an opportunities by any means or by any kind. In a previous time, it was already written in the Constitution, or it was already we learn in as a civic and ethics education in just simply Article 36, Article 25, there is the right of equality. No one is inferior, no one is superior, there is inequity or equal treatment of people, but just simply as a written form. But after when we start this project, SHELIDS project, we become equal. Right of women is not only written. We can get our right by our own selves. We do have a power. We can do whatever we like. Who said that the girls are working only in a home to survive, to cook, or to do in a homework? Who said that? Can I be a leader? Can I be a leader? Yes, whether you like or not, I'm a leader. I can be a director. I can be a coordinator. I can be a president. I can be a prime minister of our country. It will be as the will of God. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. Why not it be? Is there anyone who obligated our country leader must be a man? Is there anyone? Is it a biblical word? Is it a dogma for us? No. We can change it. We can change it. How we can change? First, we believe that we can do. We can do, and also we can use whatever we have, any kind of power. So girls are not only a mother, not only a sister, not only a wife. She can be everything, everything for us. So as a Ministry of Women and Social Affairs, I'm so happy to work with you, especially with in our country, the Network for Ethiopians Women's Association, because it's, I mean, what can I say? Strong cannot mention what I feel. It cannot mention. It's a strong, powerful organizations. What about the Ethiopian Women's Lawyer Associations? Most of the women in our country, where you have seen, they are lawyers. They are lawyers. They can do whatever it is. They can decide by their own selves. Because what? They have a power. They have a power. So we can do whatever we need, whatever we like. And also, I'm so happy to have you, to see you. Especially, I love your country. I don't want to say a word, how can I get this summit. I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nuhamin. So we have power, we are leaders, and we don't need to be reminded that we have to speak out. Thank you so much. So we are going to appreciate her in a very special way. I know ladies love flowers so much. So I'm looking in this room and I have very many shouting colors. So what we are going to do, we have the basket in front of us. Imagine you have a basket that you're going to fill with flowers. So we are going to start with, let's start with red. Can we all collect? We are going to be collecting as we put in the basket, not so? If I say yellow, look for where yellow is, you collect, you put in the basket. Let's start. Okay, red? Look, you're not collecting. Were you not inspired by the words? Look for where red is. Are you seeing any red color anywhere? Okay, you put it in the basket. Collect blue. Blue is around there. I'm seeing Madam Lydia with blue. Blue, where is it? You put it in the basket. Collect purple. I'm seeing smart ladies in purple. Just collect any purple color you're seeing. Okay, put it in the basket. Collect white. Are you seeing white anywhere? Are you seeing white? Ladies are smart in white. You put it in the basket. Okay, let's collect and give it to her. Shh. Thank you so much and hope you're shining. Let's continue. Okay, we are going to continue with our recap today. So we are going to review on what we learned yesterday. And I am very sure we all remember what we had yesterday. So I'm just going to ask you to give us the reflections, like what stood out for you yesterday during the sessions since morning up to the wellness sessions. So you raise a hand, they will give you a ball, then you speak. You should not speak unless you have a ball in your hand. That's all? Okay, if you remember, you can raise your hand.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Simano from Ghana. I think what stood out for me was when the speaker came to present on the Maputo Protocol. One of the things that stood out for me was the issue of poor implementation, which is a canker, and then we kept looking at it and making it continue to exist. So that was what stood out for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Sharon from Ghana. I think what stood out for me yesterday was the practical session where we went to the wellness room, then we had to do a hand-on project. You realize that most of us thought it was just going to be fun, but when we got there, it was a bit relieving.
Thank you. It is working. You talk. All right, yesterday I learned more about the Convention on Ending Violence Against Women and Girls. When Mrs. Lumba was presenting, I appreciated the 4 P's: the prevention, protection, prosecution, and then police implementation. I also made a reflection of how my country has at some extent implemented this, though it is not effective but I hope for the brighter future, because we as advocates, we are advocating for the different changes in the different sectors. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Can you people see me? Good morning, everyone. My name is Canton Ostafiat from the Pearl of Africa. What I learned yesterday, there were 2 things. One is that for us to ensure the implementation of the policies that we have been coming up with all over the Shillis period, we have to hold our leaders accountable. And then another thing was I learned a lot of dance, and now I'm an expert in dancing from the Pearl of Africa. Thank you.
Our celebrity. You people, you didn't learn anything yesterday? The hands are just like this. I don't know how we are going to do it.
Okay, bring it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Philomena from Ghana. So for me, what stood out for me was how the youth can be involved in the regional institutions like the AU and then the ECOWAS. So I learned that the youth can be the driving force for like ratification of some of the policies that come up, and then as a youth we have to build coalitions, and then because we can come together and have a unified pressure to push for some agendas, and also we should also engage in targeted lobbying to ensure that what we are speaking up for comes to pass. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kamadi Lynette Jendeka from Kenya. What I picked yesterday is how we can, the regional frameworks really apply to our day-to-day lives. And as CSOs, we can come up or rather develop mechanisms to ensure that there's effective implementation of our existing policies. And as young women and girls, I realized that we are the generation that will inherit the challenges of the present, and therefore we should be on the table to provide solutions for the future.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Niponis Kike from Kwale, and yesterday I learned about the story of a young woman, the issue of a teenage pregnancy, and how the teacher stood up for her, that she's supposed to come back to school. That's something that If the teacher was not there for that girl, I'm sure that girl would never make it in her education. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Monisha Omar, a girl and young women from Nippon Eskike Movement CBO, Kwale, Kenya. I'm also a girls and young women advocate. What stood out for me yesterday was the opportunities that are already available from the government, and it also came to my realization that opportunities are not given, they are taken, so we should not take for granted, and rather we as young girls and young women, we should take advantage and also take the opportunity to explore them. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mariam Suleiman. I'm also a girl advocate from Kenya, coming from the Nippon Iskike. Nippon Iskike translates to I'm here to be heard. It's a Kwale movement that was started at 2022, officially registered in 2023. And we majorly focus on amplifying voices of girls and young women to leadership spaces and key decision-making spaces. And what stood out for me yesterday is that we're seeing a lot of achievements throughout the 5-year project, and we got a lot and lots of encouragement, and we're seeing that the spirit is really going high, and if we're looking at 2030, we're seeing a very brighter vision, a brighter future. Thank you.
Thank you. Nene, is it okay if I just grab someone to speak? Because I'm not seeing men raising their hands. So I would just like to land on someone to tell us what they learned yesterday. They are honorables this side. Let me start from here. Tell us what you learned yesterday.
Hello, good morning. I have been ambushed. Rafael Kariuki is my name, for those who didn't meet me before, and I'm the regional director of TEDESOMS. I learned quite a bit of things yesterday. So first I learned that there is a lot of power in this room, that girls have taken leadership, and they are not waiting for anyone. And I also learned that actually you have a lot of knowledge and understanding of the different protocols, like the Maputo and the others. So it didn't feel like anything was new for you. And I think that was extremely powerful. I also learned that you are extremely playful. Yeah? I remember there was a session where you are doing the baby songs. Eh? You call them baby songs, or what do you call them? The kindergarten songs. Eh? And I felt that was also a very, very powerful moment. Eh? It's a good way to unwind. It's also a good way to share your experiences. I also learned that you have a lot of ideas. I think some of you possibly have been brought up with by your grandmothers. Eh? Because I could see the skills in knitting, in painting, in drawing. And I think all those things translate into what I call soft skills. You know, skills to help you navigate life. And I can sense that you are really powerful. So I think a lot of things I learned yesterday, but I think the most important one is that you are taking agency, you are taking charge, and I strongly feel like this program will be sustainable beyond this year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You've wrapped it all, but...
Thank you very much. My name is Ramadan, a male champion from Uganda. What I learned yesterday was the importance of mixing play during mobilization for change. When the girls from this side sang, I saw everyone was very, very actively involved and meaningfully dancing. When the West Africans showed their skill, everyone was very, very attentive. So I believe when we go back to our areas of implementation and first bring a play, we can mobilize every stakeholder to come and listen to what the girls would want them to hear. Then two, I realized that we contribute to all these international policies, but then we take little time to track our contributions to them. So next time, when we are developing our monitoring frameworks should also have an annex of harvesting our contributions to these frameworks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Who is willing to wrap up for us? How many should I take? Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Juliet Barasa from Uganda. Yesterday, what stood out for me strongly was about the AU Convention on Ending Violence Against Women. Why it stood out for me is that it is something that even as the program ends, we need to ensure that we take back to our governments to ratify and also to domesticate, to ensure that these views or these, we get policies that will ensure that this is actionable in our countries. I also took note of the fact that we can use the structure of the AU, of the Youth Envoy, where the young people that have been groomed through this program can actually have their voices amplified through that platform to ensure that they seek countries to the attention of this AU Convention. And I think that is something that we need to include in our declaration, should we have one, at the end of this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. The key words that we can learn from yesterday are still accountability, because we learn more things about advocacy and at the regional space and at the country level, how we can influence. And another one is the advocacy, the influence of youth people, young people, to just influence and advocate at the country level and also at the regional spaces as ECOWAS and AU. So thank you very much for this recap. As we are continuing with our program, let me just welcome the wellness team, Mutoki, Sophie, for the update from yesterday. Standing ovation for them. Hi, good people. Oh, thank you. DJ, music, because there are also wellness teams, so we should enjoy this moment. You should dance. Where is Sophie? Lovin? Uh-oh. DJ.
I don't know about you, but I'm good. I don't talk to you.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a better today. It's a better day today. It's amazing. Thank you for yesterday. Thank you for respecting boundaries. I'm a happy girl. No reports. See, we spoke. By the way, C is Kenyanese. Adding C in front of something you're supposed to say is very Kenyan. But thank you for respecting boundaries. But just one, I have another day to remind you. So it's the second last day of reminding you of what we need to do in matter safeguarding. Do you remember what we spoke about day one? What did we speak about safeguarding day one? We don't remember. We respected boundaries yesterday, but what did we say day one? We spoke about?
We spoke about consent being very important.
Yes, consent to hug, consent for photos, consent for kissing, consent for everything.
Respecting one another and avoid bullying.
Yes, respecting one another, no bullying, no belittling. What else? Yesterday we spoke about? Yes, yesterday we spoke about boundaries. So let's keep up the spirit. I am a very happy person. Let's make sure it stays that way. I still remain your auntie for sanitary towels and painkillers. So, yeah. Thank you very much. Sophie, please. Sophie and Lovin.
Hi, everyone. I hope yesterday was fun. We went home feeling energized, debriefed, calm, and everything. So we had quite a bit of sessions yesterday. If we could display some, we had the artwork. Now, this is what the painting team did. You can see the display. Yeah. You're still admiring them. Yeah, we also had guys who are quilting, like sewing. Yeah, some displays. And then we had the dancing team. I know there are videos to be shown. Yeah. Also, I don't know, who did not get an affirmation message yesterday? Who was your partner? So if you did not get an affirmation message yesterday, please blame it on the partner you had at the mingle. I got one, my partner got one, so I don't know what the others have to say. Okay, I'm getting a question. Do we need to redo the mingle thing again so that we can come up with different partners for the affirmations today, or we can proceed with the partners we had yesterday? We proceed with the ones we had yesterday? Okay. Yeah, overall, the day was a success. Also, if you need to do more of this, more of sewing, the wellness room is very open. You can go in at any time.
Thank you very much. The media team needs like 2 minutes to project what we did in the dancing session. Yes. Guys, it was more than just dancing. It was a blast. Eh? You want to do it practically? Yeah, so for the dancing session, it was really a blast. We had a blast. We sang, we danced, we had African queens, we did games, people won gifts. We were all sweetlicious. Eh? Yes, we were all sweetlicious. We had really a lot, and I know the team can attest to that. For sewing, like Lovina has explained, we need more of the sewing. If you're in the dancing team and you feel you feel that you missed out on any activity, including sewing, it's really, you can sew all those coats, all those problems, everything. At least you'll go with a coat, with a canvas that has something that you've done. Very important. Right about now, I'm going to invite Pretty. Please put your hands together for Pretty.
Inna the club, boy, come no the form. Move for me, boy, I shake your bum bum. Bend your waist, make a feel a ringtone. Boy, me I like you when you do that, I get on. Dirty, dirty, go, let's go. Oh, the dan, oh my bammy Joe. Take it easy, no go break my bone. Hey, I go rock your body when you enter my zone.
Okay, hello everyone. Good morning. Those who have not met me in person one-to-one, my name is Preeti and I'm from India. I work with Teradi Homes Netherlands as a global influencing lead. But right now I'm part of the wellness team and I'm here to do with you some breathing exercises. And these breathing exercises are not just going to help you in this conference, but also you can practice it in your day-to-day life. And it will help you to get rid of the nervousness, the stress, the anxiety, tension, okay? So a prerequisite is, what I need is first, a pin drop silence in the room. A pin drop silence in the room, because this is just about you, your self-care. You don't breathe for someone else, you breathe for yourself, right? So just concentrate on yourself. And you also need to listen to me and my instructions, right? Silence, silence, please. So 2 breathing exercises we'll do in a standing pose and 2 while seated. Okay? So first we'll do in standing pose. So may I request you to please stand up. No talking. Silence is important. Okay, expand your hands. Please make sure you don't hit anybody. Those who don't want to stand, please be seated. You can do this while seated also. Make sure you are not hitting anybody. Okay, so first we'll practice. Look at me, we'll practice, and then we will do it together, okay? So when I will say inhale, you will say, you'll breathe from nose and you will do like this, okay? Inhale. Exhale. So release from your mouth, okay? And slightly just carve your spine. This is good for your spine and also good for your posture, okay? We got it? Inhale. Exhale. 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 Relax. Now second breathing exercise, silence. Just be with yourself. So the second one is, make your hands like this. Both hands. So when I will say inhale, you will inhale from nose, make a fist and start pressing it. Let's practice. Inhale. Press, 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 press. And when I will say exhale, just release all the stress and tension and nervousness. Okay? Let's do it together. Inhale. Press, 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 press. Release. Inhale. Make a fist. Press, 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 press. Exhale. Inhale. Press, 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 press. Exhale. Press, 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 press. Exhale. Take a seat. Take a seat, please. We'll do 2 more breathing exercises while seated. Silence, silence, please. Seated exercises we'll do with our eyes closed. So you need to look at me very carefully, because then you are not supposed to open your eyes till the time I say open your eyes. Okay? So what we will do is, We'll do two inhales with our eyes closed. Just see first. Okay? And then release with our eyes closed. Keep your hands on your thighs. So one inhale, two inhales. Exhale. We will practice it for a couple of times. And while your eyes closed, you just need to follow my instructions, whatever I'm going to say. Just concentrate on what I am saying. Okay? You will listen one instruction that rub your hands. So you will start rubbing your hands while your eyes closed. Okay? I will say rub your hands, you will rub your hands. Keep it warm. And then I will say cup your eyes. So you are going to put your warm hands on your eyes. Okay? So cup your eyes like this. Don't press. Just put it like this. Okay? You got it? So, eyes closed, everybody. Eyes closed. Those who feel uncomfortable, you can open your eyes. But I suggest please close your eyes. 2 inhales. Exhale. Exhale from mouth. 2 inhales. Exhale. 2 inhales. Exhale. 2 inhales. Exhale. 2 inhales. Exhale. Concentrate on your breathing. Concentrate on how you are breathing, inhaling, exhaling. Now try to listen to the sound of some camera clicks. People talking maybe somewhere. Micro sounds. Any other sound. Again, come back to yourself. Concentrate on your breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Rub your palms. Keep them warm. Don't open your eyes. Warm, 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 warm. Cup your eyes. Once again, rub your hands. Cup your eyes. One last time, rub your hands. Cup your eyes. Hands on thighs. Relax. Slowly open your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope it has worked. Thank you so very much.
Can we give her a romantic hand clap? Is that romantic really? Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's start. Thank you so much. So in this house, we have a birthday baby. So since we are in wellness, I request we celebrate her. So I'm going to welcome Hajaratu, our birthday baby today. Then I request DJ to give us a song. We celebrate her. Yeah, too. You're welcome.
Leo siku yako ya kuzaliwa, kula na kunywa na kusazama.
You can celebrate them.
Mheshimiwa, baba freshi marashi nimejaa. Maheta wako pale kwenye kona, macho pembeni wakitazama. Ila usiogope choma picha.
That song. You can come in front and read that.
Don't be crying on your birthday, mama. Tell them it's your birthday. Stay away from bad vibes and all the drama. Tell them it's your birthday. Go ahead and dip it low, drop it low for your homeboy mama. Tell them it's your birthday. Do what you wanna and be who you wanna. Forgive and let the karma come.
Birthday baby is too shy. Okay, thank you so much for celebrating her. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Thank you for celebrating. So, media team, please project the pictures for yesterday. So, wellness, you have 1 minute to present your pictures.
And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max.
DJ, thank you.
To the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it.
Bad man she love, yeah. Bad man she love. Bad man she love. Bad man she love, yeah. Bad man she love. Bad man she love, yeah. Fat inna your shot.
Oh, you dealing with the boss?
Yeah. Make you come first, coulda never take a loss. Yeah. Like a ball pump up the pussy fast. Skin out the pussy for me fuck it. Girl you make it cocky brad. Original girl, some of them are in a calf.
And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. Will the DJ please turn the bass to the max? Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Caribbean girl, me know for tick, me know for top, yeah. Man, I watch my body like say them, I watch a match, yeah. Anything him say them, girl, I do it like it's tax. But make my own money like the girls in movie trap. Classy, real bad girl, I get nasty. I do whatever I want, just because I'm a bossy. Yes, I'm the one in charge. Never get my friends and him still fall in love. Yes, I know anybody can touch this. Baby, I am not a hoe. Rice and peas, body hotter than jollof. I feel bigger taste anyway, you see my pass.
And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. Will the DJ please turn up the bass to the max? Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Don't got to fear, number one in command. I came just to kill me, too militant. They won't figure eight, but I don't need a man. So they love how me whine.
Thank you very much. Summary of the dance session. Thank you so much. It was more than just a dance. We rewind, we shook all that stress off. We were happy. We got gifts. Did you see the gifts? We also had African queens. Did you see them? So we had groups where we designed African queens. They came out with loyalty. I was happy to see how each team explained their queen according to the She Leads principles. It was fun. We had the nursery rhymes. It was really nice. Yeah, so that is what we can show for the dance team. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Standing on the existing protocol, good morning. Kilam, please. I can't be standing here alone. We actually wanted to come here with more vibe. We wanted to come here with music, but then I think because of time, we are still going to incorporate it, but later. Anyway, my name is Bala Emma from Uganda, and I'll let her introduce herself as well.
My name is Ilham, and I'm from Ethiopia.
We are the MCs for today, and fun fact, we are both climate change advocates. We are part of the first climate change cohort that the She Leads had. Thank you so much. Right about now, we're going to a very interesting session, a very powerful session. It's a movement building session, and we're going to have a very, very beautiful and amazing soul going to take us through. I know she's somewhere warming up. She's very ready for what she's supposed to do. But then as she's coming, we're going to have an amazing girl and young woman from Ghana, Vivian. She's going to come and give us the bio of this interesting person, this very amazing feminist, this very beautiful professional. So let us welcome Vivian to come and give us the bio and set the stage on fire, because this session is going to be fire.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to you all. She Leads. She Leads. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much, DJ. Okay, so Madam Wajan Mina, she is a Kenyan feminist, certified professional mediator, political strategist, and disability rights advocate. She is Kenya country representative for La Femme and the founder of the Human in Bed Grassroots Center, which works with women and girls with disability. Madam Wajan holds a degree in international business from the United States International University. She is currently pursuing a master's degree in gender and development studies at the University of Nairobi. She also holds a certificate in gender and human rights from the Lina Center for International Law and Justice at Fordham University School of Law. She is a columnist for the Standard newspaper. She writes on politics, governance, youth inclusion, and public policy. She is passionate about climate change and is currently implementing a project on the intersection of food system, health, and climate change. In August 2025, she was recognized by the African People Group as one of the 50 most influential women advancing gender equality in Kenya. Let's give her a hand of applause. Through her work, she continues to champion the inclusion of women, youth, and marginalized communities in decision-making spaces across Africa. Help me call on my Kenya people to give her a dance move while she is coming. So help me welcome Madam Wajan Mina. DJ, give us a dance.
And then I love you smiling, the way you smiling, I love your movement, locomotion, and then I love your kisses, oh, give me ketchup, my benzela got chips in a ketchup. Give me ketchup, my benzela got na ketchup. Jagala ketchup. Mapenzi la
Please, let's be on our feet.
Jagala ketchup. Mapenzi la chips na ketchup. Oli mulungi Kewekoza birungi
Please, let's be on our feet.
Oli bei nene Onosula kote Onaleta yecheno Tunalya kachieno Nguchadeke wangene. Give me ketchup, mapenzi lako chips na ketchup. Give me ketchup, mapenzi lako chips na ketchup.
Hi everyone. Hi. Hi cousins. For the Kenyans, hi cousins. For the non-Kenyans, please ask what I mean when I say hi cousins, because it's a loaded political statement. I might tell you when we meet over tea. How are you once again? How are you on the other side? I'm a bit anxious. Do you guys ever get anxious when you have to speak in front of many people? They look at you and then you wonder now, what will they do to you? You wonder now, these people, I don't know who I know, I don't know who I don't know. However, I take it in stride, and I hope, because I know most of you are Gen Zs, I hope I'll get your attention in the next 30 minutes. Will I? Hi. I hope I'll get your attention in the next 30 minutes. I also know that with the Gen Zs, sometimes there's a way you like someone when they have the vibe. So I also hope I'll have that vibe. I'll not have negative energy, because the Gen Zs usually cut people off if they have negative energy. So I wish to start by giving you a story. Do you guys love storytelling? Storytelling is part and parcel of African culture, and it's something that we tend to lose quite a bit. And maybe for the donors and the holders of resources, these young people, sometimes they tell me when I go to meet them that they don't like very much to be told to write very heavy reports. You just tell them to give a storytelling, they record themselves, and they forward you, that is the report. Is it so? Is it so, young women? So anyway, I'll give you a story. Who here comes from Western Kenya? Okay, I didn't want to mention Luyas, but here we are. So there's a community in Western Kenya called Luyas. They are amazing people. They are amazing people, and they love to leadership, but they also love to eat. And one of their favorite meals is chicken. And what? Ugali. So now the story, of course, with appreciation that there are other tribes, this story is almost on a light note, but I love the Luya people. So now, who has ever seen a live chicken? Of course, you've seen a live chicken, Sindio? So if you take a Luya to the village, the best gift you can give them is a chicken. Now, the chicken, when you carry it, who has ever carried a chicken in the car? So you tie it in the legs. Otherwise, it will keep jumping, and maybe you have 5 chicken. Now you carry it, you tie it in the legs, and maybe you are coming from Western Kenya to Nairobi, and it's like 5 hours, 6 hours. Sindio? It's like 6 hours. And then you come with it, without your chicken, until you get to Emara or Lesereni. So you had tied it for 7 hours. When you arrive and you untie it in the legs, does it move? What happens? Not immediately. Why doesn't it move? Because it had been tied for 7 hours, right? And then sometimes you have to kick it a bit, lift one hand, threaten that you are going to slaughter it, and then it will start moving, right? The reason why I've given you that story is because we are in a very interesting situation in terms of gender equality and gender equity. There are cases, even stories in Kenya, where people are asking, when you say girls have rights, women have rights, people are starting, what about the boys? You know, you young women are leaving us behind. Who will marry you if you don't empower our boys? And just like the chicken that has been tied for so long, there must be things we do to empower the women and the young women so that they can start moving, and then maybe in the future we can say that we are equal, we are at 50-50, right? So globally, in Africa, in the region, because I'm meant to understand that most of you are from East and Southern and Western Africa, the story is almost the same. girls, women, marginalization, being denied equal opportunity, lack of equal pay for equal work, lack of political representation in parliaments and county assemblies. I want to believe other than Rwanda and other than Senegal, I don't think there are other countries that women representation in the parliament is over 40%. Am I right? In a place like Nigeria, women representation in House of Parliament is what percentage? A wild guess? 4%. 4%. The Ugandans, at least, we admire some of your beautiful affirmative actions, including have women MPs. Just to note that we are having a lot of elections in the coming year, really. So I'm here with a very hard assignment that was given by Lucia and Lynette. They told me that you have to do your best to capture the attention of young women for the next 30 minutes to talk about movement building. Movement building. Anyway, before I start and before I go to the details, is movement building a new phenomenon in our continent? Is it a new phenomenon? Who has heard of chamas? Table banking? Women who say, now, give us 1,000. If you delay to give us that 1,000 tomorrow, we shall fine you during the other meeting. And then it's when they go to those chama meetings where they sit down and then they talk about family planning. They do positive gossip about their husbands or wives. Cindy, that's what they do. They talk. I think the first thing I want to do, and I want to start my reflection about movement building, is that we also need to understand the local context in those movements. I had given you the story of the Luyas in Western Kenya. The same Luyas, with a lot of love, I think I was meant to be a Luya in my other life. The Luyas have a lot of, and I know I'll move and you'll catch up with me, have a lot of interesting issues around culture. Culture is at the heart of movement building in the continent. The Luyas, you know, there's some form of food that is only eaten by men and women, food taboos, but also they have very interesting issues around childbirth. Okay, I know there are those who have children and there are those who don't have. Do you know the umbilical cord? Umbilical cord. Now, in their culture, of course, there is modernization. In their culture, that umbilical cord of yours should be buried in your village. So that when you are talking in front of people, you say, my home is in Katwe in Uganda, and that is where my umbilical cord was buried. So it shows ownership, it shows ancestry, it shows that is your home and nobody can take you away from it. So there was a group of partners and holders of capital and very Western people who are very progressive who went to their community. They told them, now you people are giving birth at home, you people, what, you need to be going to the hospital. As you know, in most donor-funded projects, and I'm very happy with Lynette and the work you're doing, I can see elements of co-creation because I've been admiring the boldness of the young women. Now, those people, they just be going to the hospital to give birth, don't be giving at home. You know, the way we say that is very archaic, going to the hospital. Now, they built hospitals, nice ones. Luckily, women were not going. They were nice hospitals, what. They did everything right, but women were not going. Now the women, because they were scared and there was no co-creation in terms of making the programs, the women said, if you came to talk to us nicely, we could have told you that the most important thing in our culture is the umbilical cord. So unless you come up with a mechanism of, when I'm leaving the hospital, you give me my child and the umbilical cord to go and bury, me, I won't come to your hospital. What am I saying? That at the heart of every movement, and because I know your project is coming to an end, it must always be at the back of your head that you have to appreciate the culture and the local context of other people. And I think we have been focusing so much on learning. It's important for us to understand unlearning. Because I feel like learning, we are always in conferences, we are always educated. Sometimes even me, I'm invited, I just go to eat. But we must now start to unlearn. so that we understand the culture of others and we understand how to move nicely. So I represent an organization called NALAFEM. NALAFEM is an organization that is very much around the continent, and as we are bold, we are very bold, and our work is mostly political. Who here hates politicians? Politics is a dirty game. I don't like the vibes of the politicians. Who here says those things behind the camera? Hey, guys, do you say those things? So you usually say that. Me, I don't like politics. You know me? Me, I even stopped watching TV. Who stopped watching TV and news? Me, I'd rather do something else than waste my time to watch TV. However, I can also tell you that at the heart of most movements is actually politics. Ask me why. For those who have been following Kenyan politics, you know that there has been a Gen Z revolution. Did you hear what we were doing? We were falling with it. I don't know what we were falling with it. Anguka nayo falling with it. We didn't want anything to do with politicians. And anybody who came in our way, by the way, I'm not a Gen Z, we were injecting. If you know what is to inject, is to take the phone number of the politician, the number of their wife, where their children go to school, and you put it on the internet. I wonder how legal it is, but that's what we've been doing. Where am I headed with this? Just a brief about NALAFEM. It is because, by the way, who here has ever attempted to vie or would want to vie in the future? To vie for a seat in your local community, to vie for something. I wish you all the best in that victory. Once you win, maybe we can write your victory speech, your acceptance speech. It is important for us as young women, even as we are doing movement building, to also influence government and elected posts. Do you know why? That's where budgets are made. That's where money is divided. Who has heard that there is a change in the donor landscape? There is no money. Who heard that USAID, there is a whole foreign policy about the money they give to the continent, to the Africans? Who are affected when USAID close their projects? Your friends. So I think, therefore, that builds a case for us now influencing governments, because that's where our taxes go. In the last financial year here in Kenya, there was increase in money for the spending of State House, but they cut off the money for school feeding program. Is that a positive thing? We had a program in Kenya called Linda Mama to help women to give birth nicely without paying. They cut for it, but they increased budget for travel by our politicians. Does that sound good? But if we had young women like you who have been empowered by the She Leads program, you can now start building a case for inclusion and involvement of women issues in budgetary issues. Thank you. So something else overall about the work we do at NALAFEM, we are creating a movement, and just for the vibes and for the sharing, we also partner with institutions of higher learning abroad to empower women. So right now, to empower women in all their diversities, I was corrected and told women and young girls in all their diversities, because I know we are very diverse. We have introduced, we have a collaboration with the Cornell University, where we have 20,000 scholarships free of charge for you to learn about different topics that interest you. I know I'll give your leaders all the information so that you can just go to the website of the university and learn whatever you want to learn. There is a cocktail of many things just for sharing of information. Movement building in our continent, most of the time, sometimes I wonder, is it that when you're building movements, they always come from a place of sadness? Have you ever heard women in all their diversity saying, as we were seated at Emara, we were taking cocktails at the rooftop, and then we decided to form an organization? Have you ever heard those stories? We were having fun for the vibe. We even went for a road trip, and then we formed our organizations. How come most of the issues of women is we were sad, we were marginalized, we were crying, and then we formed an organization? You know, young women have been left behind. I don't know who is this who keep leaving you guys behind, but we were left behind. Now, you know, in my village, we used to walk for 20 kilometers without food. Now, you know, even our leaders, when we elect them, they went to Kampala, they never come back to the village. And then it's upon that sadness that you lift yourself by forming an organization. And I think we also need now, you know, we have been talking about decolonization and changing the African story. Maybe we should also form organization based on happiness. We were so happy. We were excited about the progress of our she leads, and we decided to form something good for the vibes. I wonder how far we can progress in terms of that. Something else I would like to reflect on movement building. I noticed that most movements are built on a personal story. Like, now me, we were, without trivializing the suffering and the challenges of others, us now, and then there's always that person who is at the center of that story. She lifted herself up. There's a hero in that story. I note that even if we have been talking about lived experience, I think that is a word I've been hearing here since I came on Monday. Who has heard of the phrase lived experience? You know me, I'm speaking as a woman. I'm standing here and speaking like a woman. You know the way we say I'm standing here like a woman? I wonder why I don't hear men saying, I'm standing here as a man. Is it imposter syndrome that you are worried now how people will judge you, so you have to assert yourself? I'm of the view that upon listening to many people, upon listening to stories of many which now that collective power forms movements, I think we need to move from lived experience to lived expertise. Do you know why? At the heart of lived experience is your desire to make me excited about your cause, right? I come from a community that does not do FGM/FGC. So the question then should be, if you come from that community, you have already experienced that, then your role is to influence me positively so that I can be your ally, right? Lived experience, I'll feel woshe. You know woshe is when you feel sad. Oh, how can such a person go through that? I've cried, and then because now we have been taught about self-care, I need to go somewhere and decompress. But then again, lived expertise is how you package that your thing nicely until it becomes a place where you can convert me, who is a holder of capital, to invest 1 million to you in Kajiado or something. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that we also need to be reading quite a lot. Have you ever seen people who are just making blanket statements? You know, many women are suffering. You know now, 90%, after you don't know where they got the 90%, 90% of women in my village, they are going through under GBV. They are going through GBV. You, how did you know it's 90%? I think it's upon thinking around moving from lived experience to lived expertise that you'll become very curious to learn. Have you ever seen a person who can talk for 20 minutes, but in your heart you're like, so what is the point? Sioko ubaya, but what is the point? So, because I think part of your work and part of your advocacy is to influence budgets, to change policies, you really need to think harder around. You really need to think harder around lived expertise. But then again, now that we have been empowered, she leads. You are dancing, you're excited. We're in a 5-star hotel. Do you think that even us who have been empowered and we are trying to form movements and join movements can be excluding others? Are you entirely victims of exclusion and that you are just there and maybe you could be excluding others? Is it? Hi. Am I talking badly? Well, I'm of the view that sometimes when we look outwards and we think we are being excluded, we might not be as innocent, even in our movements, our feminist movements. We could also be bad guys, the bad cops. And here's why. One of the things I've noticed in our female, by now I hope you all identify as feminist. Are you feminist? Yeah. Who is contesting that word so that we can hear from you? Okay, if you have not been converted, I hope we'll convert you. So now, one of the things about movements is that inadvertently, in our region, we might not generally be the victims of exclusion. We could be excluding others. And here is how in our movements we exclude others. Language. Do you ever realize that we guys in the civil society space, we use a lot of acronyms? Right? Why are you preaching to the converted? If you're saying GYW, see already you know what it means. Now me, I don't know what it means. So when Lynette sent me the email, I was wondering, GW is what? So I think one of the ways we exclude others who would have been interested in our movements and our causes is just language. The assumption that everybody knows. You know, there's also a thing for cliques. You know, us in this space, us in this space. But I think in the movement, you have to think harder around unlikely allies. We are talking about traditional leaders. We are talking about men. I think the other day I had someone talking about men who can be allies. We are talking about traditionalists. We are talking about these people for New Age religion who manifest things. Do you know those people who manifest? They can manifest things for you and they can teach you things you don't know. There's a time we were with Femnet somewhere in, by the way, I'm a member of Femnet, sorry. Although, have I renewed my membership fee? I encourage you guys to join Femnet, by the way, because Femnet has given me a lot of opportunities, including, I was in Mauritius like 2 months ago, and there was a lady who had come to our meeting and she told us, you guys have to follow New Age religion. If you plan your conference, we were planning another conference in September. The sun is usually, the sun, you know those people for saying the sun will be looking west, the mercury will be on the retrograde, I don't know what that means. So you'll have a lot of bad luck during that month. So they told us you to take it to November. But on a light note, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that you need to think harder around how we exclude others who would have been interested in our causes. I also think we can be selective. You know me, our movement is for disability rights. My friend here, we've met before. Our movement is for girls in this place. But can you truly call yourself feminist and a person who loves leadership if you love the climate space you've said as much, but you hate the LGBT people? Let's be honest. You know, in our culture, you know, in our church, we don't like these people of LGBT. They shall not go to heaven. Do you think we can exclude others whose cause we don't believe in? Because at the heart of some of this movement is inclusion. You cannot now say, you cannot be a purist and say, us we believe in this and not the others. It would be interesting to also go into how to build better movements is actually litigation. While I appreciate that we are activists and we like to hold banners, in Kenya we are so good at hashtags. Or if we say, anguka nayo, it means we are falling with anybody. And if we say we are falling with you, or unto you, if we say reject what? We shall reject everything around you. Even if you say today is in the morning, we shall tell you it's in the evening. I think one of the other strategies about movement building in your country and even in, you know, in your friendships and your circles is actually litigation. Do you know how litigious Kenyans are? A Kenyan, if you cross them, you're in court. For the vibes, and then, but the way did you hear in Kenya here, there was a deputy president who was removed within 9 days. Did you hear? For those who are new, we have a new deputy president. There is a current one and the one who was removed, but he's still there. I don't know, but we had 50 court cases and he was removed, but he's still there. But right now he's in America. But he'll come back, I don't know when. What I'm saying is that I have noticed that there is a lot of emphasis on Mandamano. Mandamano is where you go to the streets. I think we had gone to the streets and femicide and everything. We have been going to the streets quite a bit. But then again, I think at the heart of all this is change in laws and policy. Because it's upon when issues are in policy and in laws that they can be budgeted for. This is a trigger warning. I'm going to share a sad story around abuse and I hope I won't trigger anybody. In Kenya somewhere, there was a case of a girl called JMM. By now, I hope you know that when you're talking about delicate issues, you don't have to mention their full name. Now, Wanja, and I went what. You have to use abbreviation so that you don't stigmatize others. Now, JMM used to live somewhere in her home somewhere. JMM was doing an unsafe abortion. Just like in many other places in our continent, there are a lot of contestations around the illegality or the legality of abortion. In Kenya, they say, what, and then there they add, unless the risk and the health of the mother is in danger. Some people would argue and say, who decides? What if the mental health is in danger? So JMM was a minor, a young girl, aged 15. So she underwent abuse and assault. So she attempted to do the unsafe abortion. In the process of all that, she died. The Gen Zs these days, they are saying, don't say died, say she was unalived. Now, when she was unalived by the quack, there was a case. Because now when she was presented, so at around that time, in Kenya, there was guidelines on unsafe abortion, something, and then the government had removed those guidelines.